Sisyphean works is dead. Long live core scratches.
Actually, I'm not dead. And I just changed the channel name. One of the many changes I felt were necessary before my return. Hello, newcomers and old. And as I said, I'm not dead. As you can see by the virtue of this flesh prison flailing about like a very bad marionette impression. I'm just a flippant YouTuber who easily loses focus and runs at the first sign of discomfort. Bad me. There's a few reasons why I vanished, but it can be summed up by saying I had no idea what to do next. The artist study thing was fun, but then I started feeling more and more like a chore than an interest I had, and then it became tougher to keep up with. I'm a bum, I know. But there was also the problem of finding something interesting to talk about for more than 10 minutes at a time, and I couldn't just keep reusing the same BGM over and over all the time. And get ready to laugh. Despite having a paying job, I couldn't afford to buy any new royalty-free music. Basically, I felt as if I couldn't uphold a worthwhile level of quality. I'd just be wasting energy, and I started feeling desperate with what kinds of videos I was making. When asking myself what else I could do, I had so many ideas. I felt like I could go ahead with all of them, and just the weight of that responsibility was debilitating enough that none of it got made. A friend of mine suggested I make Let's Plays, but that's not what I want my YouTube presence to be. Not that I have anything against Let's Players. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Kadikarus, they're some of my favorite YouTubers, but I feel like people really do Let's Plays because they think it's easy, popular, and they're trying to be Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. They don't do it because they feel they have something to give by doing it. In my youth, I made music videos with copyrighted music in movies, and if you let me be a bit vain, I think I was pretty good at it, but I don't want to go back to that state where I keep worrying about copyright strikes and my channel being taken down. Another idea I had was to narrate movies as if they were novels, but it'd take me at least 2 or 3 weeks just to write one movie down, and I felt it'd be too different from anything else I was doing. It'd deserve its own channel. I also thought about diving headfirst into reviews, and I had hundreds of ideas of what to review. Movies, music, games, YouTube channels, webcomics. There was a lot of things that there's a lot of things that I have to say about those things. Lots of things that I want to talk about, lots of things that I want to put onto paper and crystallize into words. All of my ideas for videos demanded a lot of work and effort that, while I had a job, I felt were more valuable directed towards a pad, a pen, and constant hand movement. However, about 3 weeks ago, a lot of things happened. First off, I left my job. I was working in a garden, and my contract was supposed to run out near Halloween, but there was unexpectedly little work available near the end of September, and so the contract was terminated early. Second thing that happened, which kept me very distracted, is I used the money I'd been saving over the summer to buy a mobile drawing pad. And yeah, I love this thing. And the freedom of being able to move around has been a very positive influence on my creativity and motivation. I feel liberated now in a way I haven't before, and I'm making more art than I have ever before, and it has been incredible. Basically, I've been so focused on that, I haven't even bothered to figure out how to record on it yet, but it's up and running now, so it shouldn't be long now before my half-ass doodles are up and making you feel better about yourselves. First change, new name. I don't think I ever liked Sisyphean Works. It was a handful to say, and I don't think it ever represented who I am as a creator. It wasn't even who I wanted to be, just who I thought I should be, a tireless worker ant that gave his everything no matter the pain or misery. Turns out I don't like pain or misery. Core Scratches feels more apropos. It's a bit darker, it rolls off the tongue, and it relates to the movements of a pen, both drawing and writing. Second change, more refined content. It'd be charitable to say I've been eclectic with what I upload to this channel. I have uploaded speed paints, speed sculpts, reaction videos, reviews of movies, reviews of games, vlogs, rants, and looking back on it now, I see less what I wanted to do and more what I don't want to do. I want to hammer out more of an identity in my videos, sticking to what I know and what I feel the best about. I'll be focusing more on just the act of creation, and if I find an artist I think is worthy learning from, I'll be making studies of them. I may also do some breakdowns of works that I think are worth talking about, but mainly it'll just be me showing off what I can do, and how I make what I make, either set to music or with my horrid nasally voice, droning on about something. For a change, new show! I know that goes against what I just said about keeping focus, but this will be the one thing that I do outside of scratching my nails against the paper, and there are a couple of reasons for it. I've been told that my ace as a creator is horror. I'm very good at horror. It's a spirit that I understand, and really it's what I have the most experience with. As a teenager, it's what I was all about. Horror films, horror art, horror stories, horror music. And that's one reason why. It's all I did. I haven't lost my interest in it, I just want to expand beyond it. Also, I do have a reviewer's itch. Something that comes with realizing you can make your opinions known, I think, but a lot of everything one can review is already being reviewed by other people. The Nostalgia Critic, Decker Shadow, Cadicarus, Comics Explored, Nando V Movies, Tail Foundry. You know, there are so many reviewers doing such a brilliant job, I don't think I have anything to contribute with. Except for one thing. I have an embarrassing secret.
I really am a furry.
No, I'm not. I like found footage films. Yeah. My taste is actually that bad. The most frustrating fad in horror cinema happens to be one of my favorite cinematic styles. Found footage gets a bad rep from oversaturation, I think. You know, Paranormal Activity came out and amateur filmmakers realized they could make films on a shoestring budget without knowing what they're doing, and all of a sudden hacks come out of the woodwork with their shaky cam footage. I'm not saying a lot of found footage films aren't bad, but I am saying a lot of horror movies in general are bad. But people still stomach them, so I don't see why found footage is given such a hard time. But if that means no one else is specializing in it, then I will take the plunge and we'll see what comes of it in a segment that I plan to call Look What I Found. I'm planning to make it a bi-weekly thing. Once every 2 weeks I'll be uploading a new video, and that should be enough time to both do that and let me focus on my art without one oppressing the other. I may be able to turn that into once a week may be able to do that once every week in the future. But I'll be starting slow with just 2 weeks just to get me up to speed. And besides, my wallet can't handle buying more than a movie every 2 weeks at this point in time. And yeah, that's where things stand right now, so expect more art-oriented content uploaded more regularly, and I hope you take a look at what I found when the first video is up. There's exciting times ahead, and hopefully I can live up to the hype. Bye now, and have a good one.